Hello YouTubers, we're back with another session. It's been a little bit since the other way. See, this camera's always messed up. We made it a little small because YouTube has too big of a space. But anyways, we are back on our reaction video. Today we're going to be looking at the 10 worst video games of 2025 so far. I believe this has been posted a while back. But yeah, this has probably been posted a month ago. Okay, now, so just a month ago, they did it in July. So these people are saying this is the worst one so far. You'll probably be surprised at some of the games on here. I might not know some of the games on here, but we're going to react to it. It's about a 12-minute video, so it could be about almost a 15-minute video by the time it's done watching. We're going to see if I agree with some of this or if I know these games, because sometimes I don't know the games and I can't agree to disagree. But yeah, we're going to post this video out. Next ones will be Friday and Saturday and Sunday, because I have a 3-day off, because next week I already have Sunday off. So I'll be streaming tomorrow and Thursday on Twitch if you want to check me out. But this one will be out. I hope you guys enjoy it. And it's hot as hell is here.
Be notified about our latest videos. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 PC version.
Still angry after all these years, Marco? You should try yoga!
With the amount of PC releases Sony has published so far, one would hope they've nailed how to properly port their games. To their credit, this time was not as bad as the port for The Last of Us Part 1, but even so, the state Marvel's Spider-Man 2 released in was totally unacceptable. Players reported frequent crashes and freezing.
Yeah, I remember this. People really complained about this game. Even though it's a great story game, they definitely complained about it. I heard about it when it came out this year.
Anywhere close to being spectacular.
I remember people playing this at the beginning of the year.
Some players have had smoother experiences, while others are just not so lucky.
I haven't played it yet, so forgot they would be showing these. But
2K25.
yeah, I agree with that.
This is Michael
Oh, there was one. I used to play WWE back in the day. I don't play anymore.
For the most part,
so I have
2K25
say
kind of
they're always
a lot
great.
Of what its predecessors did well, and even enhances some
I always
of them.
enjoy the games, but I don't know what they look like today.
Like MyGM.
To be
However,
honest.
the reason why WWE 2K is back on our stink list is because of the island. The island is the single worst part of this game, and it destroys everything about the series structure. Accessing certain game modes requires interacting with this awful aspect of the game, while many cosmetics that were available in previous games are now locked behind the island's own absurd requirements. Brings the player's time wrestling to a screeching halt and severely dampens 2K25 entirely. If this mode is to reappear in 2K26, we may see a new era of awful WWE games.
Oof.
And just when this IP managed to be redeemed.
Woods is just getting beaten down here. A soul-crushing onslaught.
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour.
I'm not surprised. There were the 2 Switches on here because so many people talk really bad about it. There's some people that like it.
Nintendo was pretty adamant about not bundling this in with the Switch 2 for whatever reason. So much so that they demanded another $10 just for you to access this tech demo. What you get are some of the most mundane minigames you could possibly conceive to showcase the Switch 2. Really, we needed to charge people for cursor mazes, balloon popping, and quizzes? The sheer disappointment here made us deeply reminisce about Wii Sports,
how about the money there?
the game that managed to become a phenomenon in North America.
Though I liked the
Switch
it
was bundled
games.
with the Wii,
and
it was a fun game that showed off the Wii's capabilities. Welcome Tour shows off the Switch 2's capabilities, yes, but come on. Where's the fun in playing something like Guess the Frame Rate?
Like, I'm gonna know that.
Deck of Haunts.
Oh, okay. I think I might have heard of this game. I like card games.
It's a real shame to put an indie game on a list like this, especially one with a unique concept like Deck of Haunts.
It looks fun.
You take control of your very own haunted house and must either kill those who enter your domain or push them to the brink of insanity before they escape. Survive a full month to become the most dangerous haunted house to ever live. There's just one problem. The game is obscenely oppressive to the point where you're not likely to survive after the first week. Not only that, but the options you're given between new cards and new rooms to build are extremely limiting due to their high costs. This imbalance in difficulty makes Deck of Haunts much more frustrating and unenjoyable than we wish it was, and many, many other players have voiced the same complaint. Venus Vacation Prism, Dead or Alive Extreme.
本当に冗談って
For many Dead or Alive fans, a dating sim spin-off sounds like an awesome idea for a series surrounded by hot men and women. But one would expect such a game to include, you know, characters from Dead or Alive? And that's what Venus Vacation Prism completely forgot to do. Sure, we have Hanukkah, but it's Hanukkah. She's the worst character in Dead or Alive ever. Then there's Tamaki, who appeared in Dead or Alive 6, yes, but she debuted in Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation, so she doesn't exactly count. So what about the other 5? Well, as for those other 5 ladies that you can romance, none of them are the Dead or Alive ladies, and none of them are even remotely interesting. So when you don't have Kasumi, Ayane, Hitomi, Tina, Christy, Kokoro, Leifang,
I don't know, I never played
or
a Dead or
Lisa,
Alive game, so I can't
let alone
say
any
my
of the
opinion here.
dudes,
I like dating.
why exactly is this a Dead or Alive Extreme game?
私は何がしたくてこの島に来たんだろうってずっと考えてはいるんだけど
Neptunia Riders vs. Doggoose.
Never heard of this. That's probably why it's bad. It doesn't even look that appealing. Yeah, this doesn't look appealing at all.
I don't mean to bash on 2 weeby games back to back, but Neptunia Riders vs. Doggoose could have been a somewhat interesting game. Drive and fight gooey dog-like creatures with a motorcycle? Sign us up! Cool concept, but such poor execution. Neptunia Riders doesn't do anything interesting with its idea for the entire 2 to 3 hour campaign. There's no personality in the animations, none in the mechanics, not even in the enemies themselves. On top of that, there's nothing else to do once you're finished with the game. It makes the $40 asking price feel like such a massive slap in the face. Spray Paint Simulator.
Wait, why is this on here? Oh, no, this game's legit. Fuck that. You guys are wrong about this one. I played it, and I love it. It's a lot of fun.
Given the massive success Future Labs saw with Power Wash Simulator, one would expect a game like Spray Paint Simulator to study its competitor and try to at least match the quality. So, that
the quality
means
is great.
including a meaty campaign with fun replayable jobs, neat tools to make jobs easier or allow the player to be more efficient, intuitive controls, and a steady pace to properly get players going on their careers. Alas, no, it does none of that. Spray Paint Simulator is all over the place with pacing while offering up a significantly smaller campaign than its more renowned competitor.
Okay,
honestly,
and so what's wrong with that?
$15 isn't worth it. Just save up the
15
$10 extra
bucks is
and get
cheap.
Power Wash Simulator.
Fuck off, bro.
The base game
I am
alone is
fucking
going to keep
wrong.
you busy and entertained
I love
for
when
far
people
longer
think
than the
something's
10
bad in
hour
a
Spray
game, and
Paint
it's
Simulator
not.
can.
This is not a bad game. It has what it has, and it's great. I love why I played of it. I disagree with this. This is one I will disagree, because I have played it, and I disagree.
Glover Cubite Classics.
Mario 64? Spin-off? The fuck is that?
After several decades, Glover makes his long-awaited return to consoles, and he's back in a far worse state than he's ever been in. Indeed, the original Glover was a bit wonky in its controls and physics, but it was a neat idea overall. The remaster that we received in 2025 was a technical nightmare. While PC players enjoyed a simple port in 2022, console players got to relive the N64 cult classic with severe optimization problems ranging from frame drops to insane amounts of screen tearing. The
Yeah.
controls we can forgive,
Looks
and
cute.
the lack of
Reminds
neat
me of
trinkets
Mario.
like dev
Mario
interviews or
64.
design documents can be overlooked. However, Pico Interactive has a lot of questions to answer for how this game launched.
Nice music.
Captain Blood.
I don't think I heard about this game yet.
Bring me her alive, and I'll decide what to do with her later.
Doesn't look really good.
Let the fish
Graphics kind of look
The important thing to note about Captain Blood is that this game was cancelled not because of how the game was turning out, but because of legal issues when the original developer went bankrupt. Developers Seawolf Studio and General Arcade have revived the game and finally brought it across the finish line 22 years after it was initially conceived.
Oh.
And the game sucks. It just sucks. For as cool as it is to see this game finally come to fruition, Captain Blood wouldn't have even survived in the mid-2000s. The combat is just so bland with simplistic controls and utterly boring attacks, while the level design is just uninspired and totally lifeless. Really, only video game historians can truly find reasons to appreciate this game. And yet, had it not been for our final entry, maybe this would have been the worst game of the year, and not entirely a bad one.
What's the last one? What's the last one? Oh. Sorry. One sec.
But our final game is Mind's Eye.
Jake?
It's like a live action kind of TV show.
Man. You made it. Yeah.
From the moment it was announced, everything around Mind's Eye was just off. The closed preview event, the lack of review codes, the marketing's dependence on Leslie Benzie's status as a former producer for GTA, the weird remarks from co-CEO Mark Gerhard about how people who had negative opinions about the game, quote, were financed by somebody, end quote. Everything about Mind's Eye has just been super weird from the very beginning, and after playing it for ourselves, good lord, where do we start? The awful shadow quality and texture work, the finicky, dumb AI that decides when it wants to work correctly, which is rarely ever, the complete lack of challenge in combat, the mundane gameplay, and gunplay that makes ammo a meaningless resource. Or how about this? How about the ridiculously random minigames like performing CPR in the middle of a fire? Or how about the presence of an open world that you're not even allowed to roam free in? Or how about the awful pathing and minimap that can easily result in you failing a mission for supposedly abandoning it? Why not tack on a mediocre story where dialogue makes no sense and provides no coherent flow and exposition as characters constantly talk in annoyingly vague terms? Not even hardcore GTA and Rockstar Games fans can stomach this one. No one. There's not a single positive thing I've heard about this game, and I have no positive things to say about this game personally. Well, that said, somebody reset the days since last massive flop counter, because we lasted almost 6 months this time. That's a new record, I'd say.
You alright?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Tell us, what's the worst game you've played this year so far?
Because I agree with most of these. I agree with that. Even some that I'm playing, I can see in the game what they're talking about. But I disagree with that one. The Marvel Spider-Man has these things about it. Sure, I heard about it. I haven't got to play it personally myself. There is the Miles one that's on PlayStation. Miles Morrow. You know, whatever that one is. It's on the PlayStation. I'm probably going to download and try to play it because I love Spider-Man in general myself. I watch friends play it. But what was the one? I forget which one is in the series I just looked at and I disagree with it. That's not a bad game. I think sometimes people be harsh on games when they shouldn't be. But yeah, that's my video for today. We'll be posting a couple hours from now, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And there'll be another one coming out on Friday. Alright, see you later. Bye-bye.